Vox right now. I have Jamie, who is ESA. So thank you for joining me.
No problem.
So you've been sort of a cornerstone of the UK industrial scene for a long time. I mean, you played the first Be Cancer Festival 7 years ago,
Yeah.
and you're going to be playing again next week, which
Yeah.
is going to be their last of the year in November. So how does it feel to be sort of like such an integral part of the industrial scene in the UK?
Well, it's the first time I've ever heard that, so
Yeah.
that's quite a shock. So I don't really always feel at home in the UK. Most of my audience tends to be in America or Scandinavia or Germany. So it's quite a surprise to hear you using that kind of language. So I don't really feel like I'm that much of a cornerstone, as you put it, in the UK, because the scene is kind of dwindling a little bit, especially with the noise scene. I try not to oversaturate my shows in the UK, maybe like 3 or 4 a year. But playing a place like this, like Slimelight, it's always an incredible reception, incredible audience, incredible sound. So I try not to kind of spread too thinly. But I don't really see myself as what you just described to me.
That's fair enough, but sort of every time someone sees ESA on the bill, they're always excited for it. So, you know, even if some of the other bands aren't so great, they're like, ESA playing. So,
Well, that's a huge compliment.
for those who haven't heard of you though, how would you describe yourself?
So my leanings initially was basically rhythmical power noise. Because I'm somebody who's more into like journeys into music and kind of transcended that and make it a little bit more journaling tracks. So what it's ended up with is probably something that's acceptable by the mainstream industrial genre. So I mean, it is rhythmical noise, yeah, but I feel like I've tried to push it in a direction which is possibly more accessible, but really it's just what I want to listen to. So it's basically, I'm writing stuff that I would like to hear.
How was it that you got into industrial music?
So originally I was playing in a black metal band in shows, and I didn't really enjoy the whole concept of playing in a band. It was quite difficult because there was a commitment problem. Like I was very committed, other members weren't as committed. And then that coupled with the fact that I went to a show at the Elektro Festival. I saw Sonar play, they were incredibly heavy. I was like, well, this is actually a lot heavier than the black metal that I'm doing currently. So I got really impressed by it. I was like, maybe I should do this. Bought some second-hand drum machines, cash converter, plugged them into distortion pedals, and kind of the rest is history, really. But yeah, that's kind of where I came from. And I've just been trying to make it more and more powerful with every album, trying to push just how much energy and a wall of sound without like minimizing dynamics and stuff.
Yeah, you've definitely got that rave feel about you, but sort of the heavy, the nasty, it's powerful and
it's all about power. Coming from a metal background, for me it's all about power. It's punk rock, but it's done electronically. Yeah, this is the stuff that I would want to listen to, and coming from, like I say, the background from seeing Sonar play live, and I heard about manufacturing and converter, and they massively influenced me, and I was like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do, I just didn't know it yet.
Your album, That Beast, last year, so as you say, it's improved upon the more power, the more energy. What's the meaning behind the album?
So my albums before that have been pretty conceptual, and I've made a considered effort to do that. All the albums preceding That Beast have been very conceptual, and I made a considered effort to do that. I think with That Beast it was much less conceptual. It was much more about trying to make sure that every track is as good as it can be, but not taking the focus away from the production of the tracks, not taking the focus away from how each individual track will work. Because in previous albums I was like, okay, well, let's make sure that this track works with this track, and it's all a big journey, and it's all very artistic. And that takes away sometimes from the energy of the album and how much you concentrate on a specific track as an entity. And I'm really surprised about the reception of that piece got, because it's got like a far better reception than any of my preceding albums. And I'm still kind of like shocked about how it's broken, because to me it's a less intellectual album, but it's working on dance floors, and I think that's what guys like.
Oh yeah. It's how it makes people feel when they listen to it, right? So.
Yeah, I'm still blown away by the reception of it.
And what bands are you listening to the most at the moment?
The same bands I was listening to when I was 14.
Which are?
Slayer, Morbid Angel, just anything that's metal. It's really bad. I feel terrible because when I come to shows and people are like, oh, have you heard of this band, have you heard of this band? I feel like I'm letting the side down a bit because I really don't keep my toe in it that much. And there's a reason for that. I don't really want to be influenced by other industrial artists. And like where I've come from is like a very heavy, dark, brutal metal background, so I still want to kind of retain that.
Yeah.
But if I'm being totally honest with you, I just enjoy listening to the old death metal records, like Entombed and Dismember and all that shit. So my CDs in my car have not really changed for a very long time, and that makes me sound like I'm not really giving much to the scene, but just to be honest with you.
So with that piece, this year you had a remix out come out for it, so you said it was received really well.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of great artists on there. Who's your favourite artist so far to have collaborated with?
Manufacturer.
Oh yeah?
So me and Manufacturer have been working together for about 10 years, Carlos, doing like remixes, collaboration tracks, etc. And I finally met him in Seattle a couple of weeks back. For me it was like a massive thing, because he's a huge influence. Like I think his album made the biggest impact, Precognitive Dissonance, like so long ago. And when I finally met him, we had like 2 bottles of Jameson's and just fucking destroyed the world verbally. Like for me, that's a biggest influence. And yeah, it's great to finally meet the guy. And we found that we connected massively, which is really weird because he comes from like the polar opposite of my background. I'm like a white middle class kid, and he's like a guy that grew up in Colombia with all fucking ranges. But we were just like so much trouble.
You release music fairly regularly, so does that mean with the success of that piece that you'll be having anything new coming up?
Yeah, so I played 2 tracks from the new album like tonight, and I've been doing that in America just to see how they're going down, just kind of gauge it. I think realistically, the album's probably going to be finished in maybe December, for release in maybe February or March. I'm feeling a massive pressure because that piece did so well, and I'm like, okay, do I follow it up with a conceptual album, like really dynamically wanking, or do I actually go with what I went before? And I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. Okay. It's growing into its own entity. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I think I'm guessing like a February, March release next year. So that'll be like pretty much 2 years back.
Yeah, so I mean, your set that you played earlier tonight was absolutely amazing. I mean, you say you played the 2 new songs.
Yeah.
One of them you said, okay, this is a new song, and I think I went a little bit crazy with the dancing because all the lights came on. And what was the sound of that track? Or what the sound of the 2 tracks that you played?
So I've written 5, and I'm ready to get them pretty much finished. The first track was called I Remember, and there was just a very hardcore dance track with a real like ethnic background. Breakdown in the middle. And the second track is a track that it's nothing like I've ever done before. And that's going to be the title track, and that's basically my homage to Gustavo Cerna, the beautiful bass lines and making it very EDM. And that's not something I've ever like tackled before, but I'm really happy with that track. So it makes like a really nice bass line with some operatic vocals. It feels very ESA, but it's very different to like previous ESA.
What would you say is the best part and the worst part about playing industrial music?
Low numbers is the worst part. It's difficult to get people out. It's a small scene. We've not really broken through into the mainstream or the massive like German techno scene. I'm not quite sure why, but we're still regarded, and I think it's got a lot to do with how the crowd still wants to be seen as very insular and we're very protective about the scene. I get that, I understand it, but it doesn't seem to have quite broken through yet. So I would say that's the most challenging thing, because I could play in front of 1,000 people and it would be very comfortable for me, but I could play in front of 15 people and feel very intimidated, because the whites of the eyes are very clear. You know, you're seeing like 15 people staring at you. You see 1,000, you don't see anything. You just see a lot of people who are enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the most difficult thing about this scene, and I would love to see it bigger. And I think we need to collaborate, we need to amalgamate the scenes more.
Definitely.
And be less protective about this whole like, we are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to see, maybe it's just me, but obviously Rammstein doing so well at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got other bands like Priest and Aesthetic Perfection, even Organ at the moment, really sort of like, you know, breaking through, sort of bringing some different.
You see alternative looks everywhere in the mainstream scene. Like, you could go into Primark and see alternative looks.
Yeah.
Why are we not connecting?
It's
It's a big question.
It is.
And we need to be less protective about this. This is not a big secret.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're a friendly bunch, aren't you? So-
Well, I think we're probably much friendlier than the mainstream.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. Definitely more accepting.
So with regards to the best, I mean, the best is pretty much the same cue really. Like, if you're playing in front of a crowd and you break down, you hit that strobe moment, you lift it up and the crowd goes crazy. That's why I keep doing this. It's a huge feeling, it's better than sex, it's better than anything. The fact that you're pleasing everybody and they're with you, they're on the same level.
Oh yeah, you're giving everyone that endorphin rush.
Yeah, you're together. You're together. I'm not an artist that thinks I'm above anybody. We're together. I'm just doing this for you.
Yeah. And your band, your artist name, Electronic Substance Abuse, brilliant name for an artist. Where did that inspiration for that name come from?
That's a good question. So when I was playing in a black metal band, we had a track, the vocalist wrote called Black Substance Abuse. I was like, that's a great fucking name. So I changed the black for electronic until we ripped him off, until we stole him. What I'm finding now is that ESA is everywhere. You see employment support allowance, you see European Space Agency, you see it on like car regs everywhere. Like it's crazy like everywhere. So like it was the worst name I could have picked. Because if someone puts ESA into Google, they're gonna find a whole load of shit that they're
on Spotify, so many. So many.
There's like a Spanish rapper out there, it's also the ESA. We get this massive confusion on Spotify and I'm like, you need to maybe not call that your album. In hindsight, I would have picked a nice, clean one-word name that nobody else touched, but it's the way it is and I'm happy with it. And also, I prefer people to call it ESA, so like people do that in like Germany and stuff, and they're like, okay, ESA. And it makes more sense that way.
Yeah. And finally, anything you'd like to say to your fans?
So, most of my fans up to the last album have been critics, like other musicians, other people that are very involved in like the artistic side of the scene. I've gained that, like that's good, that crowd is good. But what's happened recently is I found that finally this last album, like the crowds are into it. The normal club goers have been into it. And I just want to thank him for kind of finally accepting that ESA is not just an artistic product, but something else that could be like, I want to request this to the DJ, I want this DJ to play this track. Like that's a big thing to me. It's still very humbling to hear your songs being played by a DJ in a set. It's like covered in really big tiles. So thank you to the audience for allowing me.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie, for joining.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching.